Salman holding the boat, coming down like this with a gun and that ganji around his forehead. You see Aamir, you see Shah Rukh, they're obsessed with their work. They don't get success just like that.
Hey guys, I'm Alice Cara Peter, and today on the occasion of World Photography Day, I have someone who is an absolute inspiration in the industry, Avinash Gowariker. How are you doing, sir?
All good. Life is good. For me, every day is photography day.
You started, I think, somewhere in the 90s?
Yeah, 93, 94, I think.
Exactly,
There.
right? Where you decided that I don't want to do college anymore. This is what I want to follow. This is what my calling is.
Correct.
Correct?
Yeah.
And then you went to your father and then you said, ki, Papa, ye karna hai.
Yeah.
And he helped you take that first step in the industry.
Yeah, he didn't help me take the first step in the industry. He helped me get the confidence and he said, you be a photographer. So he got me a camera and he said, don't go to college, no problem. No, do what you need to do.
Yes.
Ashu is the one who got me into the industry, Ashutosh Gowariker. I'll always be indebted to him, my elder brother, cousin. He told me, Avi, just don't do stuff which has no meaning. Assist me as a assistant director on the film he was doing, Bazi, that time. So you'll get to know the film industry better. And I took that advice. I got lucky. He introduced me to Aamir, and Aamir was kind enough to give me one opportunity. Aamir actually is not a kind who will do any favors in his work, because for him work is God. He will, as a friend, help you. He'll give you money. He'll do anything for you as a friend. But as a professional, he will not indulge you unless he is really convinced. But he did indulge me because I was Ashu's brother, and I'll be always indebted to Aamir for that. And I shot his pictures, and I got a bit of recognition. And then, because of Lolo, Karisma, she introduced me to Salman. I shot his pictures, and once you shoot Salman's pictures, I always say, and if he likes you, your life is set, and I got set. So, for me, Aamir, Salman, and Ashu are like a tripod in my life that made me, gave that start, because that start is so important.
In an interview, you also did mention that you are somebody who's self-taught. And you've had your series of mistakes that you've made and you've learned from it. In your series of the trials and errors that you made in your journey, can you elaborate on the kinds that really did manage to become a turning point in your life?
See, the path I took is not ideal. I took a chance with life, and as I said, God loves me, and I got the right help from the right people, but it was not the right thing to do. You're playing with chance that everything might fall into place. That's not right. I think formal education in photography in today's day and age is a must. In that learning, what happened is, because of the way Salman is as a person, he doesn't give too much time. He's impatient. He's spontaneous. My whole learning of shooting with him made me very fast as a photographer. He never used to give me time. He never had time for anything. He used to be quick, because he's very spontaneous. So उसमें क्या हुआ? My subconscious got trained to working under very quick circumstances. Other thing with Salman is that he's not an early morning person or perfect light or anything. He'll shoot whenever he wants to. So for me, the afternoon light, which is a nightmare, the Mumbai afternoon light is a nightmare for every photographer. For me, I made it my strength. Without assistance. So I used to shoot in the middle of the afternoon without assistance. When I think back, I'm actually, it's flabbergasting what I've done and how we have done it. And so because of that training, so to say, everything else became like a cakewalk later.
Is there a memorable photo shoot that you remember with Salman Khan that just comes to your mind right now as you talk about it?
We were shooting, everything we used to shoot around Galaxy apartments, and outside Galaxy there are these fishermen's boats are there.
Yeah.
So Salman went on a boat and he said, come, let's shoot there.
Wow.
And he removed his ganji and tied it to his head and held the boat and came down like this with a mock gun. I shot that as a picture on negative, simple negative, and we made a print.
Yeah.
There was no concept to there's nothing. It was just Salman holding the boat, coming down like this with a gun and that ganji around his forehead. And when the pictures came, that time it was not digital. So when the prints came in the evening, we were seeing Sajid Nadiyar walked in. Because Nadiyar, very close friends of Salman then and now mine also. तो he saw the picture and said, ये बहुत अच्छा है, ये अपना पोस्टर है जुड़वा का.
Wow.
So I said, but Salman said, ये look है ही नहीं. So the climax of Judwaa was not yet shot.
Oh.
So Nadia loved it so much that he said, no, we'll make you wear that in the climax and we'll make this one of the posters, because many posters were there of Judwaa.
Yeah.
So he put that up as a hoarding in Juhu. That was my first hoarding, so that is very memorable for me because it came out of nowhere, and Nadia made that into a poster and he made that look into the climax look of Judwaa.
Wow, that's
So that's very memorable. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's one that is always going to be on the top on the list.
Yeah, I'll always remember it. Yeah.
If there's this one thing you could point out that you like and you dislike with the whole new technology that has come in and the whole digital boom that has taken place, because photography and the whole digital world works in a very symbiotic fashion.
What I love is the quality of camera sensors and lenses, which has made the requirement of lights very less.
Yeah.
So that is something I love. What I don't like is that mediocrity has increased. Everybody thinks that, yaar, मैंने बहुत अच्छा photo खींचा, but they're not realizing it's not a great photo. Earlier, people used to think a lot before shooting a picture, then printing that picture, and then exhibiting that picture. It used to be a long thing. First, you have to have the guts to shoot it.
Yeah.
Then, after seeing the contact sheets, you should have the guts and the money to print it. After that, you have the guts to go and show it to somebody. See, this is my work. So it used to be a process where a person used to think twice, thrice before showing something. कि अच्छा है कि नहीं?
Correct.
आज you're shooting and you're uploading. You're shooting and you're uploading, thinking it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that, because of that, mediocrity has increased.
Yeah.
I would say that.
In your life, with everything that you've seen, you've done, is there a word of advice that was given to you that you've held very close to? And also, is there a life mantra that you follow?
Photography is my bread and butter. So whatever your profession is, treat it like you treat God, is my mantra.
Absolutely.
And I think that pays great dividends. Don't thoko your work. Don't, in English if I have to say it, don't take your work for granted. Don't go and just rush through a shoot because you are lazy. I shoot very fast. I'm rushing through every shoot, but not because I'm lazy. That's how I shoot.
Correct.
So the mantra is that worship photography. Worship your work, whatever that is. You see Salman also. Why am I saying Salman? You see Aamir, you see Shah Rukh. They're obsessed with their work. They don't get success just like that. See Ranveer, see Tiger, see Varun. See any of these new boys, see Alia. They're obsessed with their work. Their work is their God.
Correct.
They will not compromise in that. They will not go through their work like a thing कि चलो करके घर जाते हैं. Enjoy what you're doing. Go through it with full power.
Absolutely.
From your mind. That's your
advice. Major advice to everybody. Love what you do.
Yeah.
And do it with all your heart.
Yes. And every day is photography day.
Yes.
If you're watching this interview, that means you like photography.
Absolutely.
So if you like photography, there's no World Photography Day. Every day is a photography day. So
with this on, I think we've come to the end of this interview, but thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For doing this.
My pleasure.
And to everyone out there, may you keep growing and celebrating Photography Day every single day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.